Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Today we're going over Bertolli's frozen pasta sides cheese tortellini, Bertolli's pasta sides 4-cheese ravioli, and Bertolli pasta sides cheese and spinach ravioli. Each bag weighs 13 ounces and costs $4.79. So let's get started with the cheese lovers tortellini, which consists of ricotta, parmesan, and romano cheese stuffed tortellini in a creamy pesto sauce. The perfect individual meal or a shared side that have delicious pairing possibilities like grilled chicken, roasted vegetables, or sauteed shrimp. Here's the list of ingredients. And the list of ingredients doesn't look too bad, but one thing is puzzling to me is why do they need pumpkin seed kernels in tortellini? But then the light bulb went off in my head and I realized that pesto has pine nuts in it, so why not pumpkin seeds? So I guess it does make sense. The serving size is the whole 13-ounce bag, which has 840 calories, 41 grams of total fat, 21 grams of saturated fat, 1 gram of trans fat, 5 grams of polyunsaturated fat, 11 grams of monounsaturated fat, 115 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,340 milligrams of sodium, 88 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugars, and 28 grams of protein. Woo, doggy! With numbers like that, you might want to make this a shared side if you're watching your waistline. Now it's time to heat up our cheese lovers tortellini in the microwave according to the instructions on the bag. And just a word of advice, if you, the people, decide to try the frozen Bertolli pasta sides after watching this video, please make sure you put the bag on a microwavable safe plate, which Bertolli does not mention in the cooking directions, before microwaving because all 3 bags busted open and leaked all over the microwave. Here's our cheese lovers tortellini after microwaving on high for 4.5 minutes and resting for 1 minute. So we tried a spoonful of the creamy pesto sauce first, and it was a little bit more watery than creamy, but it was still good, and it had a good garlic, savory, cheesy flavor. Next we went in for a bite of the tortellini along with the sauce. And then into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And the pasta, the sauce, and the cheese filling were all absolutely delicious. And the pasta was cooked perfectly. And then we went in for another bigger bite. And then my pie hole happily received this very rich, delicious spoonful of goodness. And it couldn't get down my gullet fast enough. The Bertolli pasta sides cheese lovers tortellini was surprisingly good and a decent amount of very rich, delicious food for $4.79. And it gets an 8 out of 10. Now let's try the Bertolli pasta sides 4-cheese ravioli, which is ravioli stuffed with ricotta, romano, parmesan, and mozzarella cheese and spinach and marinara sauce. Again, it's the perfect individual meal or shared side that you can pair with your favorite protein or more vegetables. Here's the list of ingredients. Again, the serving size is the whole bag, which has 620 calories, 17 grams of total fat, 9 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 6 grams of polyunsaturated fat, 7 grams of monounsaturated fat, 65 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,080 milligrams of sodium, 68 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 6 grams of sugars, and 23 grams of protein. Now this time the bag goes into the microwave on high for 4 to 5 minutes. Now here's our ravioli after microwaving on high for 5 minutes. We tried them out at 4 minutes and the pasta was still very firm. We tried it again at 4.5 minutes and the pasta was still firm. So let's hope the 5 minutes did the trick. So we went in and got a spoonful of the marinara sauce first. And again, it had great flavor, but it was pretty watery. So then we gave our ravioli a mix and scooped one up on our spoon. And then into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And these two had really great flavor. The sauce was good, the cheese filling was really good, but the pasta was still very, very firm. So we tried a few more pieces, and again really enjoyed the flavor of the sauce and the filling. But the very firm texture of the pasta was very off-putting. Just remember back when you were in school, while nervously chewing on your pencil eraser, while guessing at the answer to the next question on your exam, or had a copy off of one of your classmates without getting caught. That's the texture this pasta had. So I'm going to give the Bertolli pasta sides 4 cheese ravioli a 6 out of 10. Had the pasta been more al dente, they would have definitely gotten an 8 out of 10. Now let's try the Bertolli frozen pasta sides cheese and spinach ravioli, which consist of ravioli filled with a 4 cheese blend and spinach and creamy garlic sauce. And once again, it's the perfect individual meal or shared side that you can pair with your favorite protein or more vegetables. Here's the list of ingredients. And once again, the serving size is the whole bag, which has 660 calories, 27 grams of total fat, 14 grams of saturated fat, 4.5 grams of polyunsaturated fat, 6 grams of monounsaturated fat, 80 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,170 milligrams of sodium, 83 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 21 grams of protein. Finally, the bag goes into the microwave on high for 4 to 4.5 minutes. Here's our cheese and spinach ravioli after microwaving on high for 4.5 minutes. So once again, we went in and tried the sauce first, and this sauce still wasn't as thick as I would have liked it. However, it's thicker than the previous 2 sauces. And it's even a little bit tastier than the previous 2 sauces. Next, we scooped up one of the ravioli. And then into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And just like the previous ravioli and the tortellini, the sauce and the filling were delicious. However, once again, the pasta was extremely firm, like it was with the 4 cheese ravioli. I don't understand if it's undercooked or overcooked. It has a very unpleasant, chewy texture to it, but it was still tasty enough to try a few more pieces. And just like the previous 4 cheese ravioli, had the pasta been more al dente, it would have gotten an 8 out of 10, but rather it gets another 6 out of 10. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.